For clothes that Tristan long
Fella in the white.
Shout to the taxi cab to get.
Everybody stick around because
The Rubik's Cube, one of the world's most iconic and best-selling toys. Actually, it is the world's best-selling toy. As of 2018, there have been more than 350 million units sold. And while the likes of Barbie, Hot Wheels, and Yo-Yos may come close, it is this puzzle toy that on its own has stumped generations since its international release in 1980. But how exactly did this plastic, colorful puzzle come to be? Well, it all starts with the inventor. And while his last name is famous and synonymous with his invention, his first name isn't. It's Erne, which by the way has its origins in Old High German meaning serious. Which is most befitting since his puzzle is serious. Despite its cheap plastic core and colorful playful exterior, this 3x3 puzzle cube can be arranged into over 43 quintillion combinations. Or more precisely, a number so big I won't even try to read it out loud. And while many argue that the idea of the cube has existed long before humanity, and at one point even Megatron was involved,
where is the cube?
They're all wrong. It actually all began in the mid-70s. Erne Rubik was teaching architecture and design in Budapest. He originally created the cube as a teaching aid for his students to demonstrate three-dimensional movements. The initial prototype was made of wood and used elastic bands to hold the contraption together. Rubik showed the prototype to his class and it was well received by his students. He didn't consider the cube a toy at first, instead a piece of art, mazed by its colorful mosaics which could be arranged into different patterns. But after scrambling the cube, he realized the puzzle that lay within reassembling it back to its original form. He considered this an intellectual task, to put it back together. Erne's stubbornness should also be noted. It was important for him to prove it is possible to solve it. Erne took over a month to solve his scrambled cube, and once he did, its potential dawned on him. Rubik realized that due to the cube's simple structure, it could be manufactured relatively easily, as well as its potential broad appeal. So, upon seeing its potential, Erne applied for a patent and dubbed it Büverskotska. Also known as, Magic Cube. That's what it translates to. Magic Cube! Rubik was able to find a small company that manufactured plastic chess pieces, and after some alterations, the first test batches of the Magic Cube were produced in 1977 and released in Budapest. Later in 1979, with Rubik's permission, Hungarian businessman Tibor Laci took the cube to the Nuremberg Toy Fair in Germany, where it was noticed and a deal was made with Ideal Toys for mass production. Fun fact, Ideal Toys were the one to invent the teddy bear in 1903. Ideal planned to release the cube worldwide but wanted to change the name to something more recognizable and trademarkable. They considered Inca Gold and Gordian Knot. Look, Gordian Knot I get, it is somewhat puzzle related. Alexander the Great had to think outside the box to solve it, but Inca Gold? Like, who the heck came up with this idea? It's a plastic puzzle made by this European guy, so how's it related to an ancient South American empire? Also, according to historians, for the Inca, gold was also the blood of their sun god, Viracocha. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. So I'm not sure what sort of kids' toy marketing gimmicks they were thinking of in the 80s, but the blood of an ancient sun god may not have been the best needle mover. But then again, they were doing so much nose clams, it may have been an amazing idea. I mean, I guess we'll never know.
These are the kind of nose clams that make you want to dance the night away.
Anyway, sideman aside, they eventually settled on a more simple name. So in 1980, the cube was named after its inventor, and the Rubik's Cube came into the world as we know it. After the first batches of Rubik's Cubes were released in May 1980, initial sales were modest. However, Ideal launched a television ad campaign mid-year, which was also supported by newspaper advertisements. By the end of 1980, the Rubik's Cube won a special award for German Game of the Year, and a similar Best Toy Awards in the United Kingdom, France, and the US. By 1981, the Rubik's Cube had become a craze, with an estimated 200 million units sold worldwide between 1980 and 83. In 1981, New Scientist magazine noted that the cube had captivated the attention of children of ages from 7 to 70 all over the world this summer. As most people could solve only one or two sides, numerous books were published, At one stage in 1981, 3 of the top 10 best-selling books in the US were based on solving the Rubik's Cube. And the best-selling book of that year was James G. Nurse's The Simple Solution to the Rubik's Cube, which sold over 6 million copies. ABC Television even developed a cartoon show called Rubik, the Amazing Cube.
Hello, my name is Rubik.
While it was interesting, to say the least, it was at least progressive. It was one of the first American animated series to feature a mainly Hispanic and Latino American roster of characters along with their voice actors. Look, I know they were doing a lot of nose clams in the 80s.
A few of those delicious nose clams.
But what television executive saw this character decided to greenlight this series? Like, oh yes, this cute little fella will be every child's best friend. I mean, this armless gremlin's face and voice still haunts my nightmares. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and seeing this blue-eyed alien hovering above you, and then you hear his little demonic giggle as he slowly begins to suck the life force out of you.
Trick or treat.
And that's probably how he fuels his magic powers, by feasting upon the life force of the innocent. Also, side note, what is this obsession with wanting to make this cube sentient? In another short film they also have this cube as a live creature, but at least this time they ditched the creepy face and voice. In October 1982, the New York Times reported that the sales had fallen and that the craze has died. And by 83 it was clear that the sales had plummeted. However, on the other side of the Iron Curtain, people were just getting a wind of things since pop culture from the West reached them much slower due to reasons. Because of this, in countries such as China and the USSR, the craze had started later and demand was still high due to shortages of cubes because of, again, reasons. This Eastern resurgence helped the cube grow its sales well into later in the decade. While the cube has continued to be marketed and sold throughout the 80s and 90s, its sales never reached the peaks it saw during the early 80s. So it sat on shelves by its lonesome until the early 2000s, when interest for the cube started increasing again. In the US, its sales doubled between 2001 and 3, with the Boston Globe remarking that it was becoming cool to own a cube again, down in the park. Alright, sorry, I can't really do a Boston accent. So, in 2003, the first Speedcubing tournament was held since 1982. It was in Toronto and was attended by 83 participants. This tournament eventually led to the formation of the World Cube Association, a worldwide non-profit organization that regulates and holds competitions for mechanical puzzles that are operated by twisting groups of pieces in common known as twisty puzzles, or WCA. Also, annual sales of Rubik's branded cubes reached 15 million worldwide in 2008. Part of the new appeal was credited to this little thing we call the internet, and the advent of internet video sites, kind of like the one you're using right now. All of these allowed fans to share their solving strategies and helped give way to a new generation of speedsters. One of the reasons speedcubing has gotten popular is due to the many variations of the cube. I mean, nowadays there are more cube variations than there are actors who play Batman. Well, you got your more classic cube variations, which would be your Bales and Keatons. You also have these non-cube cubes that are a bit outside the box. Nay, outside the cube. Non-standard ones that are a bit too pointy. See any similarities? And ones that are the same as before but now come in silver. The complex, emotional, yet oddly satisfying ones. You also have the weird, zany ones that are still technically a Rubik's Cube, but you wouldn't really call it one. And at the end of it all, you can't help but return to one you truly know was the best. A childhood classic which will always be your favorite. Anyways, while larger over-the-top cubes exist, like the Mo U21, they're not officially licensed by Rubik's, and as such, I cannot endorse them. I'm just joking, I'm not actually sponsored by Rubik's Cube. The official ones include the Magic, 360, Rubik Twist, the 2 times, known as the Pocket/Mini, the Standard 3 times, the 4 times, known as Rubik's Revenge or Master, and the 5 times, known as the Professor's Cube. Speedcubing officially goes up till the 7 times, as that seems to be about the limit. These big cubes represent about the limit of practicality for the purpose of competitive speed solving, as the cubes become increasingly ungainly and prone to mechanical failure, like popping, which is kind of like the last thing you want at a public event, colorful pieces of shrapnel flying past a crowd of onlookers from these mini IEDs. Speedcubing, or speed solving, is pretty straightforward. It is a practice of trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the shortest time possible. There are a number of speedcubing competitions that take place around the world. The first World Championship was the 1982 World's Rubik Cube Championship held in Budapest, which was won by Minh Thai, a Vietnamese student from Los Angeles, with a time of 22.95 seconds. But with the rise of the internet, people began consuming more cubing videos, solving more intricate cube variations, and seeing who can do it in the fastest time. What started off as a relatively normal task of who can solve it the fastest has now diverged into different categories which are all recognized by the WCA, such as blindfolded solving, multiple blindfolded solving, one-handed solving, and of course, solving the cube in the fewest possible moves. Just a side note, in blindfolded solving, the contestants first study the scrambled cube, so look at it normally with no blindfold, and once blindfolded began to solve it, which is still extremely impressive, but I don't know, I always just thought they were using some X-Men kind of mutant powers to solve it. Their recorded time for this event includes both the time spent memorizing the cube and the time spent manipulating it. Now I'm just going to list some cool world records that I found impressive. As of 2024, the fastest singles time for a 3x cube is 3.13 seconds, held by Max Park of the United States, which is just absolutely bonkers. I mean, to put this into context, hugs, goodbye waves, and some nervous system functions all average around 3 seconds. So in the time it takes you to hug your great-grandma Edith at the Christmas family dinner because your parents are forcing you to thank her for the itchy wool sock she gave you, even though you very clearly told her you wanted Skyrim for the Xbox, Max Park has already solved the Rubik's Cube. Sorry, just venting some childhood drama. The world record fastest one-handed solve time is 6.2 seconds, also set by Max Park. Overachieving much? The fastest blindfolded solve belongs to Tommy Cherry with a dashing 12 seconds. And now Quentin Tarantino's favorite category, feet solving. The fastest Rubik Cube solved with one's feet is 15.56 seconds, set by Mohammed Ayman Kohli. However, since 2020, feet solving is no longer an event recognized by the WCA. So, sorry Mr. Tarantino, no matter how much you petition, they ain't bringing it back. Breaking news! We have just been notified that since 2020, feet solving is no longer an event recognized by the WCA, and no results are being accepted. We have a live camera on Mr. Tarantino at the moment.
What's going on here?
Yes, Mr. Tarantino. We just heard the news that feet solving is no longer an official event at WCA tournaments.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
Like we said, Mr. Tarantino, using your feet to solve a Rubik's Cube is no longer a recognized event.
What's going on here? Put that down. What's going on here?
Mr. Tarantino, please, we are just merely newsmen telling the news as it is.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you not talk to me?
Mr. Tarantino, we are just talking to you. Sorry the WCA hasn't informed you yet.
What are you doing?
Mr. Tarantino, I'm sorry. No, Mr. Tarantino, no! Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It appears Mr. Tarantino has gone feral over this breaking news. Erno himself did consider the cube a piece of art, and usage of his cubes as an art form have always existed to a degree. The earliest recorded artworks are from the mid-80s and were created by Fred Hawley, a legally blind man in his 60s. These early pieces focus on geometrics and color patterns. But it wasn't until the early 2000s that artists used the cubes as a medium for pointillist pieces. A street artist under the alias Invader began exhibiting these pieces. In 2010, artist Pete Facto created Dream Big, a tribute to Martin Luther King Jr., using 4,242 officially licensed Rubik's Cubes, which if made today would cost precisely this much. And if you're my 7th grade math teacher wondering how I got this answer, this is how. You're welcome. I hate math. So yeah, that's the end of the video. But after learning about the rich and colorful history of the Rubik's Cube, you're probably wondering, wow, this is neat and all, but how do we solve the darn thing, random nameless guy on the internet? But don't worry, because I'm not going to leave you with your pants down. You can solve this thing, and I will teach you. So yeah, scramble it, and boom, solved. No, I'm just joking. Here's the actual method. How to solve the cube, white cross. Alright, to solve the cube, first you're going to need a scrambled cube, kind of like this one right here. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a white cross, or at least put all the white cross pieces right in there. So the way we're going to do that is, first you got to find the cross pieces, the middle pieces, and just put them all in. So for example, if it's here, and you want to put it there, slide it down, and just slide it over. Bang. Alright, now we have a white cross, matching the middle bit. So as you can see, this is green and green, that's good. The rest, actually let me just slide it over so that it's better. Blue and blue, red and red, and these two have to change. So the way you match it is you flip it over to the bottom, rotate it, so as you can see the green one goes to the green side, flip it back, and now change the orange side to the orange side and flip it back. And now we have a white cross and all the middle bits match. Part 3, match the white corner pieces. Now we're going to match the white corner pieces. So as you can see, sometimes you get lucky and one's already solved, but other times you got to do the solving yourself. So for example, this one is orange and green. So now you're just going to flip it and put it in there. Sometimes you don't get lucky. So for example, green and red is right here on the other side. So you got to do this thing called the move, which is something we're going to use quite a lot. So the way you do the move is when you have something at the top, you can move it down there to the bottom. And the way you do it is you move the right side up, top side to the left, right side down, top side right. And you can repeat this sequence until you move the top piece to the desired position. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. And there you go. As you can see, we moved it right in there. So now I'm just going to quickly solve the other piece, and there you go. Now we have the white side done, the first layer is all correct, and they match all the middle pieces, so you know you're solving it the correct way. So that's where they have to be. Part 4, the second layer. So we're on to part 4. So to do that, first we're going to flip the cube, which is putting the middle pieces into the second layer. So as you can see, orange and blue is going to go there. So to do it, first you're going to rotate the top side to the left one. So if it's right here, it's going to go right there. So you know where it's going to go exactly. And then you do the move, right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. And then you rotate the cube to the left once, and you take the left side up, top side right, left side down, and top side left. And as you can see, when you rotate it back, it's right there. As you can see, green and orange, it's going to go right there. So we move it to the left, we do the move, right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. Rotate the cube to the left, left side up, top side right, left side down, top side left, rotate it back, it's right there. So now I'm just looking for others. So these two have to change places. To get one out of there, you basically do the move again. It doesn't really matter what's in the top place because you're just going to make them change places. So right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. Do the move. And it's out. So since it's out, it's going to go right there, blue and red. Flip it to the left. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. Rotate to the left, left side up, top side right, left side down, top side left. As you can see, you moved it right in there. So now onto the last piece, rotate it to the left, because remember, this is going to go right there. Do the move, right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. Rotate to the left, left side up, top side right, left side down, top side left. And as you can see, it's done. You have done the white cube and you've done the second layer completely. Part 5, yellow cross. So what we want to do is a yellow cross, kind of like the way we started off, but you got to do it in a special way. If you have this little LV shape, you're very lucky. You just got to rotate it to the top left corner and you do the move. But before you do the move, you rotate the front face to the right. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. And then you rotate it back. If you have a line, that's perfect, you're one solve away. Rotate clockwise, do the move. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. And rotate it back, and there we go. We have a yellow cross. Part 6, matching the yellow cross. So now we have the yellow cross, and we just want to make sure that the middle pieces line up. Green and green is good, red and orange no, and these are also not good. You can sometimes just rotate and see if you can get more matches. And this is good. As you can see, I have blue and orange, which match, and these don't. So what you do is you put one on the right side and one on the back, so kind of like a top right L shape. And now we do a new sequence. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side left, right side up, top side right, 2 times, and the right side back down. And then you rotate the top back, and as you can see, they all match. Part 7, matching the corner pieces. So now what we want to do is basically get these in the right position. So as you can see, red and blue but this is green and orange, so that's not good. That's a no-no. Let's see if there's any that match. And no. All right, if you do, you keep it on the right front side facing you. But anyways, you do this new sequence. Top side left, right side up, top side right, left side up, top side left, right side down, top side right, left side down. And now we look around and see if there's any that match. So as you can see, this is good. Orange and green, and then yellow on the top. So it's going to be right there. So it's in the right place but wrong position. So now we're just going to do the move again. Top side left, right side up, top side right, left side up, top side left, right side down, top side right, left side down. And as you can see, those ones are already solved, and now those are in position. Part 8, solving the cube. It's going to be very simple. You flip the cube upside down, and you do the original move. That's it. Right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. And you keep repeating the full sequence until you solve it. But remember to finish the whole sequence of moves, not just when you have it in the right position. And when you're done, this is crucial, you only rotate the bottom row. So do move again, right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right side up, top side left, right side down, top side right. And you just keep repeating this move until you have it in a solved position. And once you've done it, you're officially done with it, because you, sir or madam, you just solved the Rubik's Cube. Good job. Well, that's it. I told you history, some fun facts, and how to solve the cube. The production budget ran out long ago, so no tacky animations here. Just a voiceover over a blank screen. Maybe take this time to look at your reflection. Yeah, looking pretty good. Like your hairstyle. Anyways, if this was your first solve, please leave a like and subscribe, or just let me know how it went in the comments down below. And that's time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.